Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another chat about video games. I think I'm going to move the mic. It's picking up like, it's picking something up.
It's picking something up, but it's probably not.
And that's the construction that's going on outside my room. Great. Yeah, that's great. Right. It's going to get boiling here now, but
Fuck it.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway,
It'll be great. Wonderful.
announcements were made.
Yes. Well, we had the Devolver Direct.
Yeah, the Devolver Direct.
And the
Ubisoft
Forward.
Which I think is the stupidest name for one of those.
Yes.
Especially considering Ubisoft didn't show anything new.
No, nothing new. Although I'm pretty sure they're.
Well, actually, no. I tell a lie. They didn't show anything original.
To be honest, I think Ubisoft are right now in everyone keep your head in the trenches and don't pop your head out because there's a shotgun aimed at it. Anyone just needs to read the news to understand why that's a thing.
Yes,
We've already talked about it, and it's still an ongoing development thing. So yeah, but that's still a thing. Ubisoft, just letting you know,
it's still a thing.
It's still a thing, and it will be a thing until you get your fucking house in order, which isn't happening yet. But anyway,
and so we start off with Devolver Direct.
Yeah. First things first. Whoever's in charge of them, I don't know if it's marketing or
whoever's in charge of those presentations. You are fantastic.
You are A, fantastic, and B, worth every single fucking penny Devolver paid you.
My God.
I mean, seriously. I mean, Devolver have now got a habit of calling the bullshit out on the AAA gaming industry now. Like, that whole thing is just a parody of how fucked up it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't think we should go into details of what like the thing that happened.
The future's future.
Yeah, the future. Because I think people deserve to watch it.
Yeah, you should
watch
it.
It is that good.
It is really good.
There is a Quantum Leap reference.
Yeah,
there's a Quantum Leap reference in it.
I was generally quite happy. That put a massive smile on my face when I saw that.
It was that made it perfect. It was just so good. So good.
Also, I am not opening a can.
Nope.
Not opening right now. That is not the sound of a can opening.
I'm not about to have a drink of tea.
I'm very professional.
See? No, didn't have a drink of tea there.
We're very professional.
Oh yeah, the most professional. We are the most professionals.
Yeah, they announced a couple of games.
So they kicked off with Shadow Warrior 3,
which looks
batshit crazy.
Just like Shadow Warrior 2. Because that was just...
Yeah, they basically took like Shadow Warrior 1, the remake they did. It was crazy, but not like totally over the top, out of someone's head, batshit crazy. And I think 2 basically went more crazy than 1, and this is going to be more crazy than 2. So yeah, I mean, people like Shadow Warrior. It's a fun game. It is literally like, yeah, games are silly. This is silly, and this is just insane.
It's one of those games that play on PC, don't play on console.
Yeah.
If you want for that game to look the best.
Oh yeah.
Definitely just play it on PC. Also feel the best as well. It's definitely like a PC first-person shooter.
Yeah. It's gonna have more of the like mix of gunplay and
parkour sort of deal that it had.
Yeah, but also like up close, like melee combat
with the talking sword.
With the talking sword, and probably a whole bunch of other stuff. It also has how things in the environment you can kill people with.
Yeah.
The demons.
Demons.
I mean, if you ever want a giant body count and a lot of gore, just make sure the lot of gore is coming from the demons.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay? They're coming from demons.
It works.
You'll get far. You will get away with...
Nobody will care.
Yeah, no one will shout because to be perfectly honest, it's killing an unrealistic thing, so of course it's going to... I mean, to be honest, there will be people complaining anyway, because there were people who complained about everything.
There's so much
there is a
blood.
Yeah, there is a picture of a soft, lovely, gorgeous, huggable puppy, and I guarantee you, someone on the planet will not like it.
Yeah, because it's a puppy.
Yes.
And not a kitten.
Yes. Oh, not even that. Just because some people are
Because some people just don't want to be happy.
Yeah, clearly.
They just want to be miserable.
So they went from Shadow Warrior 3. I mean, it was an action-packed trailer, but I don't. But it's like one of those first reveals, like, yeah, it's coming. This is what you need to get excited for.
Yeah, they didn't give a release date for it, if I remember correctly.
2021.
Yeah, that was about it.
So next year, which is,
Roughly around about the time
yeah,
of when we get those sort of trailers.
yeah.
And
From that, they went to Fall Guys. I had completely forgot Fall Guys was going to be published by Devolver Digital.
Devolver Digital and
sense.
Sony.
Yeah, it makes sense considering what the game is. It is basically a computerized version of Takeshi's Castle.
It looks
amazing.
It looks so
It is literally
fun.
like, oh yeah, it's claiming like, oh yeah, we're a battle royale, but it's like, yeah, in a sense, if you boil down a battle royale to 100 people, and you just keep eliminating people until someone wins.
In all retrospect, Takeshi's Castle, in a sense,
Is a battle royale.
is a battle royale.
Yeah, because you start off with 100 people, and you just
You
whittle
end
down
up with like 5.
Yeah, you whittle it down to whoever can get through all the courses, and then they lose to the Imperial Guard.
Yeah. But this one, I tell you, the Fall Guys looks really good to be like a game for streamers to play with their chat.
Oh
or
god,
with
yeah.
subscribers.
Yeah, that looks so much. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it looks really, really fun, and it seems to have like just these wacky games modes.
Yes.
That it is basically like, look, we're just here to have fun.
It's a party game.
Yeah, it's just like, switch your brain off, have a bunch of your friends, and just watch the crazy shit happen in front of you.
Yeah.
It's great. The character design is fun. It's just...
They're actually kind of goofy.
Yeah, it just feels like it fits in with the whole, like, crazy, goofy...
It definitely fits in with the
aesthetic of the
aesthetic
whole thing.
of the games that are around.
Yeah.
And what it's doing. It fits.
There's a game mode where you literally have to have a tail, and people are chasing you, trying to steal the tail off you.
Yes. Oh god, that's going to be mayhem.
That's going to be chaos.
I wonder if that's like because it's teams by the looks of things.
Well,
It's
no,
like
I think right. I think it may have multiple game modes, but I think what basically it'll do is it'll have certain game modes that are team based,
and certain game modes that are not,
and certain game modes that are not.
Okay.
And basically it'll be like, I don't know, say, I think there was one where it was like people they were all trying to get eggs or balls, put them into their like area, and I think basically like whichever team it would seem to be 4 teams, and whichever team finishes last that team is eliminated. Right. The rest go through to the next round. So I'm looking really, really forward to it. And then they announced the release date, August 4th.
I know, not that long. And
I've been literally like, when is Falls Guy getting released? When is Falls Guy? Literally since I saw it at E3, I've literally been going, when the fuck is this game getting released? When is it? When's it getting released? It looks so fun, and it does. It looks so fun, and I can't wait. I think after that they went to Carrion, which is basically The Thing, but 2D pixel art, and you are the Thing.
Yeah, you're the monster
You're the monster that's killing everyone.
That kills everyone.
Which is always a nice change. I think it's already out.
No, the demo's out.
Oh yeah, the demo's out. It's the full.
I think full release is
full
out.
Release
not
is
long.
no. It's July 23rd. So this month.
Yeah, end of the month.
10 days away from when we're speaking.
Yes. Ooh.
10 days.
Ooh,
so just over a week.
Yeah, it's not for me. I know that much.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a type of puzzly game. Like, how do you go through this entire screen and kill everyone, sort of thing.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. I don't Definitely not. I can say that now. It's definitely not for me.
No.
It's just not my type of game. I'm sorry. Sorry.
But there's a lot of people that are looking forward to this, which is
Yes.
quite good. And it looks like a really good game. Next was I can't remember what this was. Lira? I literally can't remember.
Was that not the weird Samurai Jack looking one?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Where there was
It's
a
like-
spear.
it was-
He had a spear and a rope.
He had a spear and a rope, and he had a sword. Another 2D platformer sort of hacking slashy game.
Yeah.
It looked pretty good.
Yep.
It looked pretty good. There was a lot of weird things happening on the screen. I couldn't tell you what was going on, but it looks.
It looks well put together. It looks the spear mechanic looks quite interesting, where you can throw the spear into someone and then use the rope to go either drag the enemy to you or go up to the enemy.
Yeah.
And that was actually released on the day of the Devolver
Yes,
Direct.
it was actually released.
It was released that day.
It was good. It's also out on Switch.
Yes.
That was the
Oh,
game
it was
that
released
came out
on
Switch.
Steam and Switch.
Because that was the segment with my uncle who works for Nintendo. Came on.
Yes. Literally, watch the thing.
The little comedy segments are generally quite funny.
I like the one thing I was really disappointed about E3 being cancelled
Aye.
was the fact that I was not going to be able to watch the
Devolver
Devolver
Digital show off.
show off.
But,
And then they announced, yeah, by the way, next week we're doing a Devolver Direct.
the fact that they had
Now I no longer miss E3.
they had Jeff Keighley.
Oh God, yes,
as the architect.
yes. Right, I think we literally go watch it. It is hilarious.
It is really funny.
It is funny,
It is-
witty. It has things that you literally go and go, yeah.
It
That's
is-
the AAA gaming industry.
Purposely, I can talk. It's fine.
Really?
Purposely made for cringe. So if you like cringe sort of stuff like I do, it is generally really funny. The actress who plays the evil corporate
God,
head
yeah.
is just fantastic all the way through.
Oh, she is. She hams that up so
It is
well.
just so
It is.
random.
It is so, and you can tell they had so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
At least it looked like they had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
The made up games as well.
Oh,
Were
the bit where
just-
they had like developers and even Sonic Fox.
Yeah, announced games that didn't even exist or would never. Sonic Fox announced Something Fighter 4.
Sonic Fox Fighter.
Sonic Fox Fighter 4 when there wasn't even a
1, 2, or
1,
3.
2, or 3. Like.
After that, they announced Serious Sam 4, which we already knew was coming,
Yes.
but last time before this, it was coming. It was
It was a
apparently
Stadia
it was going to be a
exclusive.
Stadia exclusive, and that was what the rumors were going to be. And everyone was like, "Really?" I mean,
There's
Stadia,
one way. There's one way to kill your game, and then there's like doing this. This is. Just...
I mean, Stadia, like, you can't. No disrespect to Serious Sam, but you can't really hold that up as this is an exclusive. Yeah, look how great this is. It's Serious Sam.
Yeah, because everyone's just going to look at that and go, "I'd rather play Doom."
Yeah, it's
Instead of
serious.
get-
It's
instead of
Serious
getting
Sam.
Stadia, I'm gonna just play Doom.
Like I say, Serious Sam is a fun first-person shooter, but it's nothing for like exclusivity-wise for people
Yeah.
to shout from the rooftops like this is the most amazing thing. Because there's a certain game called Doom that will go, excuse me, hello, moi here.
Exactly. It was always a bit weird when that was announced.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
And it was then announced that it was going to come on to Steam.
Yeah, it was shown that it was coming onto Steam, which is, I think, a relief to a lot of the Serious Sam fans.
Yes,
Because
there's
be honest,
a lot of people not happy with
let's
it.
be honest, nobody wants to buy a Stadia. Nobody. And if you do, you are just somebody who likes to hurt themselves. That's it. That's all you are. You
I
just
think
like to hurt yourself.
Here's the thing, right? Stadia released in such a with such pomp. The build up to the release had more push, hype, and marketing behind it than the entirety of Stadia's post-release
Yeah.
combined, which is a worry. Because it's like you need to keep going, and it's like the last time we heard anything was the fact that they hadn't hit most of their roadmap stuff.
Well, the last time I actually heard anything about it was
It's been months.
when Destiny released their player base numbers on Stadia when they dropped by like
56% or something
it was
like
like
that.
60%.
That's the last time we heard anything about Stadia. It's not been good.
It has not.
So there was Serious Sam 4 coming on to. There are fans of Serious Sam. It's a cult class. It's a cult classic. It's a cult series. There was enough people for Serious Sam to be ticking along.
Yeah.
So for another Serious Sam game for those people is great.
Yeah, and Serious Sam, because it's not owned by EA, it's not going to get fucked over.
Yeah. It's great.
Just putting that out there.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it might get fucked over if somebody ends up buying it, but for now,
it's not the level that would get the attention of the likes.
No,
of
I'm on about like Dead Space, because Dead Space was a cult.
Yes.
Was a cult.
Yes, but that was always under the EA.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying like it's got a cult fan base, which means it's not because it's not owned by EA. It's not going to get fucked over.
Yes, and I like the fact that you constantly bring that up.
I will always bring that
Visceral
up.
Games.
I still do not understand why they did that. They had a money-making machine, the likes that Capcom have with Resident Evil, right?
Yeah.
And they absolutely fucked it over.
Because it was not making enough money.
Yeah, I know
No,
that.
that's why. It wasn't making enough money. It's a horror game, for fucks!
But it's not just that. You just look at it and you just go, why?
Because it wasn't making enough money.
It's like, there's something wrong up there. I'm never going to let it go.
No.
I'm never going to let this go.
And never should you. Everyone should look at EA and go, okay, so which company are you going to eat next?
Well, we know what company they're going to eat next. It's BioWare. They're going to eat BioWare and then they're going to buy another one so that when Respawn starts to fall.
I'm looking at Respawn and going, are they deliberately just making good games to spite?
Yes.
To spite
EA. Eventually they'll do something and it will not do well.
Well, no, the thing is,
EA will
the
just
next
jump onto
yeah.
that.
No, the next step for EA is because they've tried. I think they've deliberately tried. They tried to have a game release with no fanfare, and die.
Yeah.
They did that twice to Respawn, and it didn't happen. They try to force them into a game that they're not used to playing, making. And
that didn't work.
Didn't work because they went, well, we're making a Star Wars solo player game. So I think the next step is to literally try and get as many people out of
Respawn
as they can.
Yeah.
And then just put in the shit stuff. Basically put in like interns.
Alright.
I think that's the next step.
Anyway, we digress. We're talking about EA again. We need to stop doing that.
It's easy. It's because we dump on EA, and EA should always.
I feel like we should in every video we should just at least do one thing to say that EA is shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it just makes the world go round.
And also remind EA that your loot boxes are not going to make you as much money soon.
You're going to have to pay tax on those.
Mm-hmm. And also mark your FIFA, Madden, and any other game that has your fucked up Ultimate Team mechanic. You're going to have to mark that as 18 or above.
You never know. They might have to actually make a good career mode.
Anyway, let's get back to Devolver Digital because there was one more thing they did.
Yes, I thought this was mint.
I thought this was
really good.
They basically released for free on Steam on the night. What was it? The Devolver conference game or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was basically a game.
It was E3.
Yeah, it was like basically but you go in the it's like the conference hall at E3. You go in and like there's different sections to all the different games that they showed. And there were screens, and they would show the adverts, the trailers. That they had just shown and developed, and it was just a stroke of goddamn genius.
You can just go around shooting it all.
Yeah, you get a t-shirt cannon, you can fire at the robots. I don't know if there's a fail state, so maybe it's not a game, but a really weird advertisement. But it was just... The people at Devolver Digital, they clearly get the fan base.
Yeah.
They clearly get the gaming fan base. Like, we don't want these bullshit microtransactions that Ubisoft put in. These time savers.
We're also we're sick of the corporate speak that comes every goddamn E3 that comes along, where they start talking about bloody numbers and how they want the fan base to come together and all this sort of nonsense.
Or show gameplay trailers that have
that have no gameplay.
Ubisoft. Speaking of which,
but yeah, Devolver are probably one of my favorite developers now.
Yeah,
I don't know the hand on heart, and I'm putting it out there, but I don't know if anything. I've never heard anything bad.
Devolver Digital, as a publisher, they seem to have like really high standards. It's like your game has to be.
No, what I mean is like not that sort of stuff. What I mean is like I've never heard anything like, Devolver have kind of like fucked us over with like dates, or they've made us have to go into crunch because of.
They forced like this into our...
Yeah, they've never forced anything into our games.
Yeah, there's nothing come out regarding Devolver.
I've never heard anything bad about Devolver Digital. Now, me saying that, I'm not saying that there isn't anything bad about Devolver Digital. Yeah. I'm just saying that I have not... Yeah, not read, I've not seen anybody on YouTube announce anything bad about them. So, I am generally liking...
Yeah.
Devolver Digital, I think whatever they're doing, it works.
Yeah,
it's clearly working. They've got a fan base.
I think, like I say, working ethics. There's nothing that's come out to suggest that they're the likes of Activision or EA or Ubisoft. It does seem, 2K. Or 2K. It does seem to be...
Although, let's be honest, nobody can be 2K. Like, my God. It's like that company... Kojima. It's like that company...
Not Kojima, Konami.
It's like that company revels in the fact that they are scum. Like, it's... Like, honestly. 2K just like, yeah, we're scum and we know it, but look at all the money that we make.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we got Red Dead. We got Red Dead.
We got Red Dead Redemption. We got GTA Online.
No, we got Red Dead Redemption 2, where the guns that you are buying actually cost more than the guns actually costed at the time this game is set.
Yeah.
You earn
and you
earn money at a less rate than people earn money at the time the game is set. It's like
the game. Like, the grind in that online mode is unfucking...
Well, yeah, because it wants you to buy gold bars.
Unbelievable.
It wants you to buy gold bars.
I play MMOs.
You play MMOs and you play Destiny.
And I play Destiny. The grind in Red Dead Redemption Online is absolutely... You should be arrested. I'm sorry, you should be arrested. That is a crime. That you've just... But yeah, Devolver doesn't seem to be... Getting back on point. Devolver doesn't seem to be like that.
Yeah.
Not saying that
we're making the point like...
Yeah.
Like, they don't come across... And it also it also comes in their games. Like, the quality of Devolver Digital games are usually pretty high. They're never the most. Graphical fidelity is probably the least of their concerns.
I put them on par. As a publisher, they are on par with Platinum Games is as a developer. Because Platinum, their games are never like the absolute prettiest, apart from Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Because that game's just, oh my god. But like games like the Transformers and Bayonetta and like they look nice. They're not the absolute best looking games. You but they still look good.
Yeah, they look good enough for it to work.
Exactly, yeah.
And if they can get away with like adding a bit of stuff, then they will. But it's for Platinum, it's all about the gameplay. The gameplay is the prime focus of the vast majority of their games. I think Nier Automata was basically just like...
I think it's because Square Enix had a hand in...
Yeah, Square Enix was like, our name's going on this, so you need to
We want it to look this good.
I mean, don't don't worry, we'll be putting the money towards it to make it look this good. But it's like, we kind of have our standards.
Oh my god, that game.
But Devolver Digital standards clearly are like... And I don't mean like they're... ridiculously high. It's like, no, the game has to be a good game. It has to
work.
Has to work. One. And then it's like you look at the games that they've gone, we'll publish that. And there's a lot of them you go, AAA game industry would just fucking balk.
Exactly. That's like another thing.
Duck Game. Into the Gungeon. And a whole host of others. Like Fall Guys. Fall Guys would never, ever, ever see the light of day.
I would say that, but Sony are also publishing it.
Yeah.
So, and do we class Sony?
Yeah,
as
but if it was just Sony, I could see this just being released in Japan and nowhere else.
That's very true. That is very true.
But Devolver have got... It may be the case that Sony's gone, we'll publish it in Japan, and Devolver got a sight on it. And I mean, this may be completely wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just like as an example, potential story that maybe you may not have. Like Devolver went, nah, you don't understand.
You gotta release this to the world.
Look, Sony. We don't mind you getting the Japanese market, but we know how well Takeshi Kato does in the West. We know how well people love seeing people fall flat in their face.
Wearing stupid costumes.
It's glorious. It is the finest of entertainment. So we'll just make sure it goes out to the world. Why? Because it's silly. And they want silly.
And to be fair, the world at the moment, we kind of need silly.
Yeah, we need some silly.
We need some silly with the world the way it is right now.
And that was pretty much it. It was fun.
It was fun. Out of all the ones that we've watched so far,
this is the best.
This is by far the best. I laughed more and had more fun watching these ones than I have watching any of the other.
It's the best. It's going to be the best one this year. Easy. It beats everyone. I think everyone should just not even bother trying because
the only way they could have been better
is if Keanu Reeves
showed up. Just because Keanu Reeves wins.
Keanu Reeves wins everything
all the time. There's a video. I think there's a video on somebody. He was doing an interview with one of the web magazines, and it's on YouTube. It's basically Keanu Reeves answering questions. I think it's about John Wick 3, but he's holding puppies.
Oh god, yes, yes, I know about that video.
He's just there stroking a puppy, and the comments like nobody gives a shit about John Wick. It's all about Keanu Reeves stroking a puppy.
Yeah, because it's Keanu Reeves.
It's
amazing. So we Devolver Digital set the bar high for how you do this shit.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft followed them.
Ubisoft was the following day. It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the following day. And
I have some issues with the Ubisoft one.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go into the games, Ubisoft, why do you have to be Ubisoft
because
when
French.
You do these things?
Because they're French.
Like, why halfway through your thing do you go into character design?
I'm not like. I don't.
I would understand if they were like, "Well, this is the game. This is our game, and we're gonna go into detail about how we designed the characters for this game."
Yeah.
But you didn't do that. You showed Hyperscape, And then you decide, well, we're now going to talk about character design.
Yeah, but they were about characters in Hyperscape.
Yeah, but they didn't inform us of that. They just went, we're now going to talk to this artist who's head of character design. And like, if you're not paying if you don't like Hyperscape and you're not paying attention, right, you're going to see that and you're going to look at that and go, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, why am I seeing this and not more games?
Why am I looking at random characters?
So, once again, Ubisoft have a thing.
Ubisoft is jumping on the bandwagon of having an online thingy.
Yeah, and but more importantly, once again, Ubisoft had a thing. Once again, the internet is rife of people just screaming, "Give us Splinter Cell!"
Yeah.
And once again, Ubisoft go,
"Yeah, no Splinter Cell again."
No Splinter Cell. There's not going to be a Splinter Cell this generation.
Well, I don't think there would have been, because if they had announced it now, if that had been announced yesterday, then most likely that would have been a next gen.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
You've got a whole generation without a Splinter Cell.
We've got a whole generation without a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah.
And I think I know why. Because they can't make an open world Ubisoft game.
Oh yeah.
With Splinter Cell.
They can't. It wouldn't work.
Exactly. That's why they haven't done it.
Because if you think about it, Splinter Cell works a lot more like Hitman.
Right, here's the thing. Splinter Cell and Metal Gear, like Splinter Cell works best if it's like a linear point A to point B.
I would say yes to that. But
like
I would also
say small open map,
a semi open world sort of game where it's very small.
Like, it's broken into levels, but the levels are like Hitman.
Yeah.
Like a set area where you have a mission to object and you can do it on multiple ways.
That's pretty much.
And the problem is that you can't do that in an open world setting.
Yeah.
I say that.
I mean, you can, because if you
Metal Gear Solid 5 works.
Well, not even that. We can go even further than that, right? Jak and Daxter was pretty much an open world game, because what that was is you had your HUD, and then you had your HUD island, right?
Yeah.
And you jumped around,
yeah.
Right? And then doors with no loading screen, by the way.
Yeah,
went into a level.
Yeah, Jak and Daxter 2 did that.
Jak and Daxter 1 did that.
Yeah, it was mostly elevators, I think.
No.
They had something where
they did it, some levels, like the more intricate levels, like with massive detail on.
Yeah, they had
elevators.
Yeah, because they had no loading.
They had no loading screen.
They had no loading screens, which was a big thing when Jak and Daxter came out. That was a really impressive thing, and for that to be on a PS2, considering the fact that we still get loading screens in things.
By the way, Sony, can you bring back Jak and Daxter, please?
That's Naughty Dog.
No. Yeah, but Sony own Naughty Dog.
Yes, I know, but still, that's the only people that are going to be bringing back.
Jak and Daxter is Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that's not going to
happen. No.
Although they like to put the goddamn strange artifact in every one of their fucking games.
Yeah.
You bastards.
Yeah, they do. At least the Uncharted ones. There's
a strange artifact in The Last of Us 2.
Is there?
Yeah.
Have you found it?
No. I just know because there's a trophy. That says find the strange artifact, so I instantly know what the strange artifact is because I'm not stupid.
It's the egg.
The precursor egg.
It's a precursor egg. So anyway, Ubisoft.
So if I remember correctly, we started off with Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs Legion, the only thing anyone actually gave a fucking damn about.
It looks fucking cool. It looks really good.
It does.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It looks... I'm looking forward to having my assassin squad of
my old age pensioners hit squad.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking
it's
forward
to be great.
I'm waiting for a job where we need to take out a drug dealer
and
a drug lord, and it's like Ethel, get your bag.
Yeah, they basically went through the whole you can hire you can recruit anyone.
Yeah, you can recruit anybody that you see apparently.
Even the security personnel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, so you can go fucking inside job on this.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And I like the mechanic. Like the mechanic of the fact that in a sense you are playing as these characters, but you're not. in a sense, you're playing like the leader of the group.
Yeah, you're basically the guy
and you're
that's...
choosing who goes on what mission.
Yeah. Which is neat.
Granted, they started off with a movie.
Yeah, and the guy clearly had something to do with Spider-Verse.
I know that he took a lot of influence from into the Spider-Verse.
Because it was very Spider-Verse-y. The way
the camera moved, the way the
lights,
the play, the color scheme, the color palette. It was very Spider-Verse.
I was very disappointed that the pig at the end didn't sound like Churchill though.
Yes, I was wanting more Winston Churchill in my pig, but
it's fine.
That's a nitpick.
That's a nitpick.
They, like I say, they went into like the different, some of the different types of character skill sets.
Yes.
So you had like the brawler,
you had the construction worker
who could hit people whose weapons were a wrench and
a
nail gun. He was literally killing people. He was shooting people with a nail gun.
Yeah. Because why not? Then we went into the hacker who could hack like the drones that were flying around.
And they're the ones that have access to the spider, which we were shown.
Well, not just there, because I think... No, it's a different spider, but the old woman also had like a type of spider. But they then decided to show us... They basically John Wick is in this game.
Yes!
Basically, John Wick is in this
professional.
game.
Oh my god, he was literally John Wick.
He was just John Wick.
He was literally doing the combat in John Wick. You know the whole those whole combat scenes where he's like beating people up and then point blank shooting them in the head.
Yeah,
it was literally that.
Yeah, with the rolls and everything. He was. They decided to put John Wick in the game.
I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining. I've got a feeling that is going to be my go-to guy.
Yeah, you need something done. You need someone being top of a list.
I need someone to go shopping. John Wick, you have to do this. Just.
So they showed that.
They showed the hooligan.
The hooligan, yeah. Which is going to be like your brawler type.
Yeah, who also has a drinking problem, so he can.
Well, that character had a
yes.
problem. I think there's going to be there's going to be classes, and then there's going to be like set skills that each character has, and some will have positives, some will have negatives. Like there may be a positive to his drinking in the fact that
he'll probably get stronger. Like
but also
or
like
he'll take more damage.
He can withstand more damage, or like he can go unawares more. Like people don't pay attention to him because he's drunk. Yeah. That sort of thing. So he can get into positions better. That could be a thing. Yeah. I don't know. Spitballing here.
Yeah. I can't remember who was the last one that they showed.
The inside. The
inside,
the security guard.
Yes.
Which is just brilliant. It's like, I'm literally going to try and have like specialized teams
for certain missions.
So it's like
hit
squad. I'm going to have a hit squad, and it's definitely going to be an OAP in that.
No, they're all going to. For me, they're all going to be old age veterans.
Well, no, John Wick's going to be one of your hitmen.
No, he's going to be my like.
If you want something done,
it doesn't matter how many people die as long as you kill the targets. That's what he's going to be.
Yeah, as long as the mission is done, you don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
It's like whatever no matter what, just get the job done.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many people. That's
what John Wick's for.
That's what John Wick's for.
But if I want things done stealthily, if I want somebody taken out stealthily, I'm definitely going with the old age pensioner squad.
Yeah, if you want just one person dying, call Ethel.
Get Ethel.
Get Ethel. Get Ethel on the phone. We have a target. And then they did the release date,
which is October
29th. It's not that far away.
I know. I'm thinking because most likely we're still going to be doing Ghost of Tsushima.
That's fine.
So I have
Thursday. I have Thursday free.
And you do, so we could do it in yours instead.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
But yeah, I played the first Watch Dogs, and at the end of that series, because I'd uploaded it to YouTube, it's not a good run. It's a very unprofessional. Well,
it is your first.
It's my very first series, so But I did say it's like I had the same thing with this as the original Assassin's Creed, where it didn't hit everyone's expectations, but there was enough promise there that that the next game probably can take that step up that like Assassin's Creed 2 did. And Watch Dogs 2 pretty much did that.
Here's the thing for us, Watch Dogs 2. Whereas Watch Dogs 2 does do what Assassin's Creed 2 did, I think my problem with Watch Dogs 2 is that it's boring. It's a very boring game.
Yeah. This is definitely like Legion definitely is doing something to make it stand out from the crowd of all other Ubisoft games.
Yeah, I like the fact that because if you think because you can just be any character at any time, right? You're getting bored of being to say you've been the John Wick character a couple of times. You're getting bored of that. You can instantly just switch to another character.
Yeah, you just basically
and play
go
a completely new
Yeah,
style.
you can basically say like, I'm gonna pick this guy to do this mission. I mean, they showed us the map, and I'm kind of having visions of like Ghost Recon and Far Cry, where you have to do certain things to get info on someone, then be able to actually take them on or take them out. And it's like I do get very disappointed when I just see formula the Ubisoft formula over and over and over again. And at least Legion is trying to do something slightly different in that like all missions can be done by any of the characters
in different ways.
Yeah,
which I think is
different ways,
really
which
good.
It's good for replayability. It's good. It means that people can play the way they want. I mean, there's always going to be like the most efficient way to do a certain thing.
Yeah, but just because it's efficient doesn't mean it's the most fun.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm definitely getting Watch Dogs.
Same here.
I'm definitely getting Watch Dogs.
Legion's definitely. I'm probably not.
It's probably the only Ubisoft game I'm looking forward to.
On this list, yeah.
No, like in total.
Well, I can't think of anything else that's not on this list that Ubisoft are doing.
That's very true. You have a point.
So, they went from that. So, right, guys, that was the peak. That was the best. That was like...
It started off really, really good.
Started really, really,
I'm
well.
going to be completely honest with you. It started off really,
Just
really
kind of
good.
went downhill after that. I mean, granted, it did like peak up a little bit at the very end, but that's because of everything we already knew was coming.
They went into
Brawlhalla,
which
is coming
now
out on mobile.
They announced that, and you can get a free skin if you register now.
Yeah, wow, great.
There you go,
fantastic,
guys.
wonderful.
There you go. If you're a fan of Brawlhalla and you want it on your phone, it's there for you.
I would hate to see the microtransaction bullshit that's on that.
Well, I mean, it already has. It's a free-to-play Ubisoft game.
Yes, exactly.
So it already has.
No, I'm just saying, like, on the mobile version, can you imagine?
I know. Good.
So from that, they went into, because, Ubisoft have to be late to the fucking hero collecting scene. Elite Squad.
Oh, yeah. That's still not out.
Nope.
That game that they announced last year?
And like I said at last E3, if you wanted a Splinter Cell game, boy, were you pissed when the only time you got to see Sam Fisher was in this fucking thing.
And again, that's the only time you got to see Sam Fisher. They really want to push Sam Fisher, but they don't want to make a Splinter Cell game. It's like, fine, just go for it.
It's like,
the closest thing any other company has to Solid Snake.
Yeah, the only thing that could actually that could have actually gone up against Metal Gear, and the fact that we're not going to see another Metal Gear game ever.
Most likely not. Well, no. We probably will, but it would be Konami trying to give the middle finger to Kojima. That's about it.
Well, they don't. They tried that. It was called Metal Gear Survive, and
no. They'll just keep doing. No. That's why it's a failure, because they're just doing that to Kojima.
Right. The only time we're not going to, because Metal Gear Survive was that bad.
Yeah.
It was that bad. The only way we're going to see another Metal Gear game is if Sony buy the rights.
If they buy all the games from...
if they buy all the games from Konami. And they should.
Which, apparently they're in the talks. They're still in talks of doing it.
It's still all rumours.
It's all rumours. That's why I said apparently. It is still all rumours, so we don't know. But it could happen.
Again,
Who knows?
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. Konami representatives and Kojima.
I know.
I would love to be a fly on that wall because, I mean, there's bad partings, and then there's what Konami did to
Jesus
Kojima.
Christ. But yeah, Elite Squad. Why is this a thing?
Because
it's a mobile game as well. That's another thing.
It could be because Ubisoft saw the gacha thing and they wanted in on it, but they have to be Ubisoft, so they have to be years late. They have to make it into a strategy game for reasons, and make it really, really cheapy. It looks really, really cheap.
I know, and that was just a cutscene. It was just a trailer.
It's literally like if someone was making a mobile version of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, it does.
Team Fortress 2 is an old game. People will let Team Fortress 2 graphics slide on Team Fortress 2 because Team Fortress 2, A, is a very fun game, and B, it's a pretty old game now.
Yeah.
It is a pretty old game. The gameplay's still fun, but the graphics.
Like you can see it's aged.
Yeah, it's aged. I mean, granted, the style they've chosen means it doesn't age as badly as, like, I don't know, Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
Which is why they did a remaster. Like the super photorealism. The super photorealism, the games will age badly no matter how pretty they look on launch.
I don't know. I played The Last of Us. That's aged alright.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, The Last of Us looked absolutely ridiculously good on PS3.
That's true.
To the point that people thought people expected it to break their PS3s.
That's very true.
And then they released a HD remaster on PS4.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. You have me there.
So there's that.
Why? Why is this? Why is this game a thing?
I've explained because Ubisoft.
Oh no, I know. I know you've explained that, but like, why?
Yeah.
This is the thing with like these companies, like Ubisoft, EA, and Activision. Like,
they come into.
Is there nobody
nobody
in your entire workplace, or in your offices, or even on your board that goes,
"This is a dumb idea.
Why? Why are you doing this?"
No. There are people that say that. Unfortunately, they're the underlings that no one listens to.
Does nobody, like, even if like, I'm on the board at EA or Ubisoft or something, and they come up to me with this idea, I'm just going to go, why? Why are you making this game? And then, if I swear to God, if somebody was just going, well, we think it will make money. No, it won't. No, it won't. You're like 5 years too late.
Now, here's the thing. Again, there's no one on the board that does that. Because everyone on the board are self-centered, egotistical people that don't actually understand the gaming industry. They just see money coming into their coffers. That's the same. That's the same with Activision. That's the same with Activision. The same with EA. It's how EA can turn around after the House of Lords and say, by the way, that's gambling. Go. We don't think it's gambling. You're talking to the fucking House of Lords, mate. It's their job to know what the fucking law is. It is literally if you go and I know we've gone on a tangent, but I need to say this because just the audacity of EA to turn around to the House of fucking Lords in the United Kingdom, who, by the way, on their website literally states that their job is to critique and help the implementation of British law.
Yes.
That is their job. That is what they are there to do. That is what they are paid. I don't know if they actually are paid.
I would assume they were paid.
Well, no, the Lords are usually like say they used to be members of like actual lordships. They're like landowners and all that sort of stuff. But that's been ages ago. They probably do get like a wage, but that's their job description.
That's their function.
That is their function.
That is their function in life.
They have to know the law. And EA turn around and go, we don't agree with you.
We don't agree with you
It's like they turned around to the Belgian government when the Belgian government who said, yeah, by the way, this is gambling.
We're going to take you to court. I like the fact that they tried to take the Belgian government to court in, like, what was it, Massachusetts?
Yeah, and Belgium went, no, you don't understand, mate. That's not how international law works.
If you want to take us to court, you have to come to us.
Yeah,
and take us to court.
Because if by the way, if we do take you to, if you do come into a Belgian court and come with this bullshit that you are citing right now, boy, are you fucked.
Absolute nonsense, man.
It's no, but that's the thing. They don't look at. They don't ask why. They don't look at like the actual market and how oversaturated it is. They don't look at the feasibility of something being popular or whether or not. They just basically look like, these type of games are making money. Let's make one. Yeah. And they don't care if it's shit. They don't care for any quality. They don't care if.
Let's just jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, they don't care if, in order to get this game out in a reasonable time, that they have to literally work their staff to breaking point. They don't care. They are that they are that detached from the actual realities of the gaming industry that they think that this is perfectly fine.
It's perfectly fine. It is,
and that's why games from Ubisoft.
So basically, what you're saying is what they are is, in all simple terms, they are those free suit guys from South Park that just say, fine, just fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though everything's on fire, fine, just fine.
Everything's fine, just fine. Look at all the money that's coming in. I mean, literally, I've yet to see someone go to Elite Squad and go, yeah, I want that.
Yeah, I've not seen anybody like hype that game up or anything.
I don't see the point in it.
It looks awful.
It's like the time and resources you could have put into this game. You could have made a
well, no, not really, because we also know that there has been no time nor effort put into that mobile.
The bare minimum. I mean, the only time and effort that's been put into it are the actual people that's actually developing the code and graphics for this game.
Yeah, and the art style. Yeah. That's it.
They're the only people, and I feel sorry for those people because they're not being appreciated. They're not going to get any plaudits when it comes out, and probably
the worst thing about this was the little thing of the guy announcing before the trailer came up for the game.
Yeah,
it was like, now that you've seen that, how about you look at this trailer for this franchise that. This Ubisoft franchise that you haven't seen.
And it's not even like all Ubisoft. It's just the Tom Clancy license.
Yeah, do you like Tom Clancy? And how about jumping into a franchise that you haven't seen in a while? To which I instantly went, "Holy shit! Are they actually making a Splinter Cell game?" And then as soon as the trailer started, you just turned around to me and went, "No, no, they're not."
I think I was in the motion of turning around, telling you, "No, they're not." Before the trailer started.
Just the way he worded it.
Yeah.
It generally sounded like they were going to do themselves.
Like, I don't see. It's not even the entire Ubisoft roster. It is literally just.
It's Tom Clancy. It is just Tom Clancy.
So, here's the thing, right?
Oh, no.
So that means.
Didn't they say Ezio was going to be in it when they first announced it?
They might have done. I don't know.
I think Ezio might be literally the only character that isn't Tom Clancy that's in there.
Yeah.
But that's mainly because Ezio for Ubisoft is in almost everything. Yes. You can find Ezio anywhere in a.
Well, no, yeah, because he's the most loved character that they've ever created. Ezio Auditore.
He is the best.
Yeah.
Ezio's mint.
Ezio is mint.
There's a reason why there's free games.
Well, yeah, right. The thing is, right. The thing I don't understand is you have every single game that Ubisoft has ever made, from Far Cry to Assassin's Creed to Rayman to the Tom Clancy franchises that they have, right? Now,
to Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil, which we saw nothing of.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up later, but we'll talk about that later.
And you decide, we're going to have a gacha game. And
well, here's the thing. I know we've only seen a little bit of gameplay of it. Is it a gacha game?
The fact that they're going on about the characters that you can get.
I know, but like...
Oh, I'm not saying it's a good one.
But like, they showed nothing of that.
I'm not saying...
They've shown
no,
nothing of like how you get these characters.
I'm not saying it's a good gacha game.
I'm not saying it's a good gacha game.
I'm saying that's what they're trying to do.
But yeah. So...
Right, put it this way. It's going to be free to play. How else do you think they're going to make their money?
That's very true. Well, I mean...
It'll be basically by getting the characters. Mm-hmm. And there'll be different levels of characters with different skills and all that. That's how they're going to do it.
That's not how a gacha game works.
Speaking of gacha games, could Fate Grand Order please have a UK release?
Please. We're not part of the EU anymore. You can release it over here.
I'm not claiming it to be released in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not releasing it in Europe, but anyway.
It's something to do with the... it was something to do with the EU, one of the EU laws. Something to do with that. I can't actually remember.
Damn it.
But, anyway.
So, my only response to Elite Squad is meh.
Meh.
That is it. Because I'm not... And it's like... The point is like, you're just going with the Tom Clancy franchise, which means you are literally, like, not having a big roster.
Well, I mean...
You've literally got everyone that's in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Right? You've got... Sam Fisher, the Ghost Recon games, which they're probably only going to be going only far back as Wildlands.
Aye.
And then you start struggling. Because how many Tom Clancy games actually have a cast?
I think the Rainbow Six ones did, but they weren't like the characters that you were. The characters were like the ones that were in the year.
Exactly.
Like, so they weren't actually like...
Yeah, exactly. That roster's going to be fucking tiny.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be tiny. It's like... It's literally like... Wait, so in other words, apart from Rainbow... If you take out Rainbow Six Siege characters, who have you got fucking left? Sam Fisher. And the Ghost Recon guys.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The bearded Ghost Recon guy. The one from the main antagonist from Wildlands. Well, no, that's the thing. They're the same from Breakpoint and Wildlands. They're the same characters.
Yeah, I know, but no, what I'm saying is the antagonist, the cartel leader in...
Oh, yeah, and probably most likely the bad guy in Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
Yeah.
So, that's it. So basically, it's Rainbow Six Siege with about 5 guest characters.
Whoa!
I mean, the more you talk about this, you're like, how did this get beyond the planning stage?
Again,
anyone saying...
Was there nobody...
That said...
Why?
There's no one saying, this is kind of a silly idea.
How about we don't do this?
I mean, if we're going to do this, let's, throw everyone in. Then we've got a decent...
Let's just make it a Ubisoft game.
Yeah, because then it's a decent roster.
True.
But no! Let's do Tom Clancy. You've got a fan base that wants a certain game. You've got a fan base that's literally chomping at the bit, screaming every time you have
every E3,
every time you have an announcement to make, every time you even tease anything with a dark screen, they are literally going, please can you give us another
Splinter Cell.
Just give us another Splinter Cell.
We don't
please
care.
Just give us another Splinter Cell. It's not like it was a bad franchise and didn't do well. I don't understand, like, the... So, after that, because I think...
Because after that...
I think I've made a point with Elite Squad.
We can't understand. Nobody can understand.
I think we're going to be going through this entire thing going, Ubisoft, why?
Yeah.
Oh, Ubisoft. Ubisoft is Ubisoft, and Ubisoft are just fucking...
They're idiots. They're fucking idiots, man.
So, after that, they went to Rainbow Six Siege.
For some bizarre reason.
It's a celebration of like 5 years, I think.
I wouldn't have minded if they were like, it's 5 years of celebration, we're releasing this, we're releasing new skins, or releasing a theme, or something like that.
Or even like...
No, they just went, we've been around for 5 years, yay.
Yeah.
So is Metal Gear Solid.
Here's the thing. Siege is a success story in the fact that when it launched, it was pretty much almost dead on arrival.
Oh, yeah.
And Ubisoft, instead of doing an EA and dropping it like a dead duck, Ubisoft went, well, we know it has something.
It has potential.
We've just fucked up.
Yeah.
We've foobarred, not the game. The game hasn't foobarred. It's been our fault, and they worked on it, and it's become a really good game. But it's just like this is supposed to be like what's coming, and I'm like Elite Squad, meh. Brawlhalla going to mobile, meh. Resident Evil, Rainbow Six. It's because I couldn't put R6.
Ah.
Rainbow Six Siege is 5 years old, and we're not going to do anything.
We're not doing anything.
We're not doing, or at least we're not telling anyone we're doing anything. So yeah.
What was the point?
I mean, okay. I think part of the problem was with like we were just literally just so dumbfounded of like
why is this here?
That we may have missed something.
There were things. Honestly, there were things in the Ubisoft forward that I'm still questioning. Like, why did you even do that?
So they had that. There after Siege, they went to Hyperscape.
Hyperscape, which is their newest game, which I can understand why that's in there.
I'm pretty convinced all the leaks are deliberate.
Most likely, yeah.
The leaks are deliberate for Hyperscape. I'm sorry, nah. Like,
yeah, they've come out a little
Hyperscape leaks came out like a week or less than a week before like the streamers were allowed to stream, and they got all their stuff because I watched stripping.
Yeah.
And the game is it's a battle royale. Ubisoft's throwing their hat into this ever more crowded ring.
Yeah.
Well,
it's you're not a game developer now if you don't have a fucking battle royale game.
But, right? Well, the thing is, though, I would probably say like it's a genre now and not just like a game mode.
No, but that's right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
unlike
you can get away with like having quite a few because like first person shooters, there used to be tons of first person shooters.
I'm trying to think of a developer. Hold on. The guys who make the Lego games.
Yeah.
Right. They're not going to go around and start making a horror game.
No.
That's my point. Like at the moment, because battle royale is the thing.
Yeah.
For everyone, like just everyone's just making a battle royale game.
Yeah. Whether it's a good thing or not.
Whether it's good or not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. To be honest, this looks like one of the better entries.
It looks alright. It's got its own little identity.
It's got enough things that separate it from the others. Like it's not a circle. It's basically like the backdrop of it is like you're not actually in an area.
Yeah, think Ready Player One.
Yeah,
just think Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One, and the zone. Basically, the map is split into zones, and different zones break down and stop being like basically disappear. And that's how the map contracts. Instead of like a circle going in, it's an actual like. Also,
the game focuses a lot more on verticality.
There's a lot of like move. It's a lot more movement based and verticality and parkour based.
It's a good idea, and I think it will do well. But there is a part of me that's just thinking you're just too late to the party.
Potentially, yeah. I think the thing that gives us a chance is like you can't like. I think Modern Warfare was the last game that could have released with a battle royale that was pretty much the same as
Fortnite
or PUBG.
Yeah.
Basically, like a bog standard battle royale. I mean, Fortnite in a sense has its own like thing that separates it from other because of the building mechanic it has. I think, like I say, Modern Warfare was the last one that you could get away with just a shooter with a battle royale mechanic.
Mm.
You can't, and I don't think you could do that anymore. You can't do that now. You need something that separates you from the rest.
Yeah.
Like for example, like Ubisoft has come out with Hyperscape, with its. And there is a lot more verticality. Like, I don't see any fields on that map. It is a city map. And it is fucking... Like, there's not a lot of ground combat.
No.
It's a lot on rooftops. It's a lot on...
It pushes you to be moving all the time.
Yeah.
It does
like, stationary people die really
moving
quickly.
And not to stop. Which is quite good, because a lot of battle royales fall into that trap of just campers.
Yeah.
waiting.
Well, the thing is like, it's for example, Modern Warfare's battle royale mode. You die so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like the person. 9 times out of 10, the person that gets the first shot off is probably either going to win the fight or force the other person to run.
Yeah.
Because the time to kill is that low. Even with full armor, it's just fucking ridiculous. Especially with certain guns, Jesus. And the fact that Hyperscape has done enough, I feel it's done enough to make it like you've now got like Apex, Fortnite, PUBG, Modern Warfare, and Hyperscape, and for anyone else to break into that 5,
I like how you didn't mention Firestorm from Battlefield. I like how you didn't mention that one.
Well, yeah, because it's shit.
It is fucking awful.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. It's like you queue up for solos and it puts you in a game with people in groups.
Yeah.
With you as a solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. But yeah, they're the 5 that are literally like, you've got Modern Warfare, PUBG, and I mean, are they all free to play? Yeah, they're all free to play.
Yes.
Because you can get Modern Warfare
For free.
For free.
You can get Warzone.
You get Warzone for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these are the 5 that will be around for a while.
Yeah.
And maybe until the end of the year, and then
Maybe something else.
Modern
Warfare.
Modern Warfare will go away.
I think Warzone will still be around. Just Modern Warfare won't be.
Yeah. But yeah, I think these are the 5, and it's going to take something. I
have to admit,
if anyone else wants to put a battle royale out, they would have to be stupidly good.
I think Hyperscape is probably going to be our last
big
sort of original battle royale.
Yeah.
I think
anyone else trying to get in, it's like, yeah, the boats, like
Ubisoft
literally had to jump the fucking bridge.
They had
to get on that boat.
They almost jumped the shark.
They had to literally like get in a car, run it at 100 miles an hour, hit the ramp, and land.
They had to
land on the fucking boat.
They had the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, they had to Dukes of Hazzard that goddamn car onto the boat, for that to be able to hit this boat. And I think it's going to be too late now because you've got 5 like. There's only so many people in the world with only so much time.
Aye.
And I think Hyperscape is going to be the test of, like, can it maintain the initial player base? Which it won't, but can it maintain to a player base that is sustainable?
Yes.
And only time will tell. So, after that, we had Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We actually got actual gameplay!
Okay, they
shock.
It went quite long on Assassin's Creed.
Yes, they
Valhalla.
did.
Okay, so first off, first off, once again, this is not an Assassin's Creed game. They are not Assassin's Creed games anymore.
No,
they're not.
No,
they don't even follow the points anymore to what an Assassin's Creed game is.
Yeah, it's like
I'm sorry. How can you be an assassin
if you're
and have an army? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. What, are you all assassins?
Yeah.
Raiding and pillaging?
I love how people went, oh my god, the hidden blade's back. It's in the wrong fucking position.
It's on the wrong fucking side.
It should be on the inside.
Look, I know I'm being a nerd. About Assassin's Creed. But Assassin's Creed was like the first big game that I ever got into.
Yeah.
And bought into.
Yeah.
And so for this, the Origins, I accepted Origins because it kept enough of what was going on with Assassin's Creed in there, but tried to change things up.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that. But Odyssey's come along, and now they're not even pretending anymore.
Nope.
It's just like
it's basically
this is a game. We'll just stick an Assassin's Creed's name on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to a point now where
it's because they can't put Witch on it.
That's true.
Which, considering the fact that it's going to be set in England, it's like, yeah, you're going to be very close to the bone with Witcher now.
Yeah.
And the thing that there's a lot of Witcher mechanics in Odyssey. but they get away with it because it's the Greeks, the where it is.
Yeah.
So like, there's not many like wooden huts and
Yeah.
little villages and like different barons vying for power.
Yeah.
And now they set themselves in the middle of what was called the Danelaw, which is when the Vikings held control over parts of England. It's in the middle of that where literally all that is happening.
Yeah.
I saw the fucking foot tracking stuff, and I was like,
watching that.
and I literally went, "Are we pretending to be Geralt here? Are we literally in a Witcher game without Geralt?"
I watched all of that, and they were just like, "No, you can go double shielded. Like, I'm an assassin. Why the would I want to do that?"
They clearly, like, the thing they took away from all the Assassin's Creed games prior to Origins was the combat sucks. Well, yes, combat.
To which my argument to that is, well, if you're good at the game, you shouldn't be getting into combat.
Yeah, it's literally like your job is to kill that guy, not all the guards around him.
Yeah, I know Ubisoft made that hard by the time Syndicate came around. Because it was literally impossible to do anything stealthy in that game. Like, didn't matter where you turn a corner, up there's a group of them and they've spotted you, like that, and you're just sort of like, what is the point? What is the point in this game? And now it's just like, now you have an army, and what exactly? How are you being an assassin?
Yeah, and you're going on raids.
And you go on raids. And
as a Viking.
Pillage.
I mean, granted, you're a Viking, therefore raiding is a thing that Vikings did.
And you pillage and you do all that stuff. You set houses.
I would also,
look at that, you're setting that building on fire. Yeah, because that's what assassins do. They just set buildings on fire.
Assassins leave an entire trail of entire burning village that's been burnt to the ground because they went to kill one person. That's what an assassin does. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
I'm so...
Yeah, they're not Assassin's Creed games. And here's the thing. Here's the big problem that no one seems to want to talk about at Ubisoft. And that there's a certain game called Ghost of Tsushima coming out. And I have a feeling that's going to out Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed.
This is why I'm so looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima. Because I've needed that fix of like getting to a camp.
And here's the thing, right? Ubisoft are probably saying like, yeah, well, we can't. We have had to go down this way, like the more action way, because you can't have the combat and have the old Assassin's Creed the way it was. Ghost of Tsushima looks like it's going to be able to let you do both.
Yeah,
like that's the giant elephant in the room right now. That is literally the woolly mammoth literally standing behind Assassin's Creed Valhalla going, "Hey, buddy. Hey, do you know? Did you see this game? Do you see it? 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 Yeah. Do you know what you're gonna be? You're gonna be a ninja. Do all ninja shit. And be an assassin ninja.
Yeah.
You know the game that everyone's been screaming for since Assassin's Creed released? Yeah, this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Did you see that boat out there? You see that boat that sailed? That's going over the horizon? Yeah, that's the boat you missed.
And they're just... Like, I've needed that fix of, like, getting to a camp, knowing that my target's on the other end of the camp, and then...
Without anyone knowing.
Staying there, watching everybody do their little patrols that they do, and then figuring out, right, so if I go that way and then make my way along...
Yeah.
Very stealthily, I can get to my target without anybody spotting me.
Yeah, without
as
anyone
long as
knowing
I
I'm
move the way I need to move.
Yeah, without anyone knowing.
And the Assassin's Creed, like Origins, still had that, but it just there was definitely something missing in it.
Yeah.
Like, but Odyssey didn't. Odyssey really did not have that. I mean, I think it tried to with the lass.
Yeah.
Because the lass and the guy, I think they tried to have it so that they played differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like Syndicate did.
Yeah.
Syndicate, where I would argue, did they really, really well. Odyssey really doesn't.
No.
Because it tries to keep the combat system that Origins has, but also tries to make it so, like, you can be stealthy as fuck, but also still have everything
Yeah.
going on. And
Ubisoft clearly can't do that.
And they're just not very good at it.
Insomniac. Is it Insomniac? No, Sucker Punch.
Sucker
Punch, on the other hand, it looks like Sucker Punch went, yeah, we're going to do both.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that thing that all your actual fans are crying for.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, Splinter Cell. Sucker Punch. Do a Splinter Cell game. Just don't call it Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Call it Shattered Organ.
Yeah, there you go. I watched.
I mean, there are people who like the way the franchise has gone, and that's good for those people.
That's fine. I'm not.
I think
anybody.
your complaint is not necessarily about the games. It's the fact that they claim to be an Assassin's Creed game when there's really no assassinations going on.
Well, no, it's not even that.
You're not an assassin.
It's not even that. Right. If you like the way the games have gone, then good for you. You play those games, okay? But we have to all come to an agreement now they are not Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
they are just not.
They are not what the franchise started out as.
No, at all.
Completely not. No, they are. It is literally like a completely different game franchise.
I know some people have seen the change and gone, "Well, this makes it better."
Yeah,
I would like to disagree with you there, because now the game is literally just go in and beat the crap out of people, kill the person that you're going to kill.
there's
no reason to go in.
Yeah, there's no consequences of
to be stealthy. There's no reason to be stealthy in these games.
There's very little consequence to like being caught.
Yeah.
There's no consequence of like just bashing the door down and killing everyone.
Yeah.
Because the game's literally like, yeah, go on, do that, have fun. And it's the antithesis of what an assassin should be. An assassin who goes out screaming, "I'm an assassin, I'm coming to kill you," is usually a dead assassin. Unless
you're Guan Yu, you are not allowed to do that.
Yeah, unless you're Guan Yu. But then again, Guan Yu didn't claim to be an assassin. Guan Yu was just literally, "I'm a general of this army. I'm coming for your head, Mr. General of Opposition Army."
Yeah. You're not allowed to do that. And it's just sort of like, it breaks my heart to see this game go from being something that is where you generally had to think about what you were going to do before you went and do it, to just turn into just another
open world
bash
RPG.
square
Open world
RPG bash square to win game.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I've got Dynasty Warriors, so if I want a bash square to win game, I've got one.
Yeah.
I don't need another one.
And I think that's the thing. It's like the fact that they've gone down this route. There's a lot of the like thought process that's been taken out of the combat. And yes, the original combat was literally just you got to parry at the right time.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with the game was literally like, the game was literally like, look, you don't want to be in combat.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in combat. But combat is time consuming. It gives the chance for your target to get away. It's you may fuck up and die, and it was literally heavily focused on like just go to the area, get your target, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And how you do that is up to you, but we would ideally recommend you.
One of the funniest things I did on Assassin's Creed, the first one, there's a target on a boat, and now you can go different ways. You can get different ways onto the boat. You can just swim, but I noticed there was like a pier to the side and like wood sticking up at the side. So I basically just ran across the pier, jumped on the logs, along. And then just jumped onto the side of the thing. The guy was right at the window that I jumped on. So I basically jumped through the window, stabbed him, killed him, and then jumped back out the window before his guards had any idea what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of thing that like these ones, the newer games, they're not there.
No, because they're not designed for that. They're designed for the combat, the big scale fucking sieges and
like why are there sieges? In an Assassin's Creed game,
because they don't.
Why
care
is there
about
a
that.
siege?
Because they don't care about that. I think Ubisoft. This is the thing. Stealth games, you can't build a stealth game around the way Ubisoft like to make their games at the moment.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't, because Assassin's Creed technically 2, 1, 1, 2, the Ezio story trilogy, and 3.
I would say 3 is where everything started to change.
Yeah, but the first run of Assassin's Creed games up to Odyssey, you could class them technically as open world games.
Yeah.
Especially Syndicate.
Syndicate, definitely.
But if you remember, Assassin's Creed 2 was split into different sections.
Yeah.
And
same with 3.
Pretty much.
Black Flag was probably the first one that was like a fully open world.
But that was mostly islands.
Yeah.
So
ship.
Yeah, it was.
That was the first game that wasn't an Assassin's Creed game that had the Assassin's Creed motif put onto it.
Yeah. But like I say, even still, like the stealth sections, like the bits where you were walking around, they weren't an open map.
Yeah.
Unity. I think Unity. Yeah, Unity was actually the first one.
Yeah.
And that was fun as a co-op, and then they fixed the game and broke co-op.
Yeah. Yes, they did. I don't know.
How do you do that?
Ubisoft, you're the only company that I know that can do this stuff.
But
I just.
And if like we say, it's like as an open world, the scale that the AAA game industry claim that has to be an open world, I don't think Ubisoft are good enough to make a stealth game work that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Because their stealth mechanics are shit.
Yeah, they are.
Their stealth mechanics are shit. Ever since they moved to this formula, it has been fucking terrible. Because it's the whole thing of like the like, for example, Ghost Recon. It's very inconsistent on who sees you, how long they see you, and how long before they notice you. The Division's the same. It's very hit and miss. Like, we will walk past people and they won't notice, and then they'll see us all the way down the fucking street.
Yeah. We would be little dots and they'd be able to see us.
Yeah. It's very inconsistent, and I think that's the thing that will kill a stealth game. That is the thing that will literally kill a stealth game, is inconsistency. Because you need to know that the rules you're playing with are the same all the time, so that you can plan how to get in, do your stuff, and get out. Yeah. So it's why I'm still like blown away that Metal Gear Solid 5 works as a stealth game. It does. I don't care what anyone says. It does. As a stealth game, it works. Because it does the whole thing of like what stealth games. It's like, yes, you have these tools, and yes, you can do this, but they will just keep coming. Yeah. And the rules stay the same. A helicopter will spot you in a certain place at a certain time. And the rules are consistent throughout Metal Gear Solid 5 in regards to like the stealth mechanics. And I think basically Ubisoft have given up trying. Yeah. And that may be why we are not going to get a proper Splinter Cell. Right. And for the same reason we won't get a proper Assassin's Creed. And like I say, the big elephant in the room is Ghost of Tsushima, and it's gonna out Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. It is. It's going to. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, it's going to.
It will.
Because Ubisoft, and I wonder if this Ghost of Tsushima will have a bigger effect on Assassin's Creed than Ubisoft think. Because there's going to be a lot of people, like you say, that have been screaming for this type of game, wanting this, and just like not getting it from Ubisoft, which they used to, and then all of a sudden it's like, and they've been playing Odyssey and Origins because of the name Assassin's Creed is on it, and then if Ghost of Tsushima comes out and goes, "Hey guys, here, this is what you really wanted," it may have a big effect on.
Maybe. Hopefully. I'm just going to talk about the good stuff now. We've bashed it a little bit. There was some good stuff.
Yes.
In there. The whole Viking motif looks really fucking cool.
Right, we've gone on about like the fact you've been wanting to rant about Assassin's Creed for quite a while, so I thought I'd let you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Viking, like the style of the game,
it looks
good.
The style, the whole Viking thing looks really cool.
They've done their homework in regards to like what distinguished the Vikings from the Saxons.
Yes.
Like, you can definitely tell who's a Saxon and who's a Viking based on what they wear, the way they act, the way they talk, the way they move. There's a definite visceral way that the Vikings fight.
There's other factions in there as well.
Yeah, there's multiple. Well, I'm trying to.
I don't know whether they'll be real or not. But I know they mentioned more factions.
The thing is when we talk about the Danelaw, there's not a lot of. Well, it's a lot harder to get a lot of information on the Danelaw. There is information about it, but it's not like it was. The whole thing about Viking society was that yes, there was a king of the Vikings.
Yeah.
And yes, when he comes around, you bend the fucking knee to him.
Yeah.
But in regards to like normal stuff, I'm pretty sure like each like town and village had its own level of autonomy. And so I think the way they're building it is like you will have these like other factions that you can either ally with, maybe fight, and there's going to be, and it's not going to be just Viking factions. They are playing on the fact that there are Saxon.
There was a weird woodsman looking group.
Yeah.
In there, that looked.
Well,
a bit
here's the thing. The map they showed was only the east of England.
Yes.
It was only the east of England. It didn't go all the way across. Which I'm like, well, and it didn't go all the way north. I didn't see Scotland.
No.
Which is like. Well, around that time, the Scots and the Picts were pretty much fighting.
Apparently, I think Yorkshire's in it.
Yeah.
Yorkshire's in it.
Well, how do I put it? Yeah, because it's basically before English unification under... I can't remember who it is. But before basically the Kingdom of Wessex kicked everyone's ass and became the Kingdom of England. It's why London is the capital. Yeah, because London was because Wessex, their capital was kind of there, and they became the kingdom of everything in England, and therefore that was the capital of England. That's how that happened. Also, the fact that it's so close to Europe, it's a good commercial hub area. But anyway, I digress. So there's going to be. I'm just so interesting. Like, have they shown us the full map, or are they keeping some of it hidden away for
later?
For release. Which is what I would do. I would literally go like, by the way, don't show any of this bit. Don't show Scotland. Don't show Wales.
Yeah.
Speaking, because it's like, it's not like the world of England was partially known. Like the Vikings at this stage had landed in fucking Ireland.
Aye.
I'm pretty sure Dublin started off as a Viking colony.
Wouldn't surprise me if I'm honest.
If I remember some of the history that I've read up on, it's so there's going to be multiple factions. I'm just wondering like how big's the map, and how it all is all going to fit together.
The sieges looked alright.
Yeah, sieges looked fun. A bit more. They looked pretty much set pieces though. So basically, once you get to and this is the thing. It's like they've taken the whole reduce someone's influence mechanic. Yeah. And I think they've flipped it into gaining land. Basically like gaining control of someone else's land. Yeah. And then once you get to control, you can siege the hill fort or the castle. Yeah. And take it. It's an interesting, but it's still the same mechanic.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I want to say more positive things, and I keep going back to like this is just like Ubisoft doing Ubisoft stuff.
Yeah.
There's, the settlement.
The settlement was cool.
The settlement is a good idea, and I like it because it's like basically you have your settlement and you go out and raid, do the Viking stuff, and you get materials to improve your settlement. And that's a neat thing. It plays into what the Vikings did in England, which was literally, we're just going to come over here, we're going to steal all your stuff, and we're going to take it back here and sell it. I mean, granted, the reason why Vikings are called Vikings is because anyone that travelled from the Scandinavian lands, they called it to go a Viking.
Yeah. And
then the Western powers basically turned that on its head and went, yeah, by the way, they're Vikings because they come out and rape and pillage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, typical of the Western powers.
I'm trying to think. They kept the whole the mythological stuff is still there.
Which is all I'm kind of fond of. I like that.
I liked that in Origins, and I liked it in Odyssey. It was the only things that I liked.
And the fact that it's Vikings, which means we're going to get Norse mythology.
Yes, and as well as
Saxon, and potentially a little bit of Roman.
Yeah. Because Stonehenge was there.
Yeah.
We saw Stonehenge.
Or at least something that looked like Stonehenge.
There was a giant wolf.
Yes, there was a giant wolf. We fought a sister of something. There was a fight against a sister of something, which was, I think that was the post show. Because we watched a little bit of post show because we were literally like, "You sure this is it?
Yeah.
You sure this is it? You haven't got it? No? Okay." So yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It looks like an Assassin's Creed game.
That isn't
new.
It looks like an Assassin's Creed game that isn't an Assassin's Creed game.
A new Assassin's Creed game. The newer games. It looks like one of those.
I miss the old days. It might be because I'm getting old.
And I'm like, it is literally like, I hope to God this game. It's probably going to come out to plaudits a plum.
It probably will, and it'll probably be a good game, but it's just like, there's no need for the Assassin's Creed.
No, it doesn't need to be.
You could literally call it Valhalla.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine.
So, that was that. And they had one more thing to confirm.
Which unfortunately got leaked like 2 days before.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately got leaked 2 days before.
Somehow surprisingly got leaked.
It was basically an announcement trailer for
Far Cry 6. The setting is going to be South America.
Yep.
And it's going to be a made-up country.
Like they always are.
They always are.
Like Far Cry 5 was a made-up state. Like that state doesn't actually exist.
Was it? Was it not Arizona?
No.
Utah?
Nope.
What was it?
It was I can't even remember the name.
We're gonna have to look now because it might be.
I'm pretty sure it was a made-up state.
It may be a made-up county, but it might.
Actually, no, it might be a county, made-up county
in an actual.
I don't
state.
think they actually. No, I don't think it ever mentioned the state that it was.
But anyway, I can't remember the guy's name, but they've got
an actor.
They've got an actual actor, a freaking big one, to be the main antagonist.
Yeah, which is different.
Yeah, it is different. I'm just worried that they're going to boil into, once again, you've played all these missions, now you're captured by the main villain.
And he's just going to let you go.
And he's going to lecture you on how he's this, that, or the other.
He's saving the world, or he's saving his people, or how he's better than you.
Yeah, or how he's just batshit crazy.
Yeah, and
then release. It's like...
It worked in free because, Vaz...
No one had done that before.
No one had done that before, and it kind of worked into Vaz's character because he was batshit crazy.
Yeah. It's like, of course he's going to release you.
And it worked in...
He's enjoying this.
Yeah, it worked in free because his whole demeanour was like, I could kill you now, but that would not be fun.
Yeah.
Ming's whole thing was just like, I can kill you at any time. I just choose not to because I'm having fun right now.
In 4, it was pretty much like, it's too much effort. I'm not really that fussed. You're not an actual threat to me.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying watching you go around doing shit. Besides, I know something that you don't.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that moment that you realise what's going on. 5
was where it kind of go. worn down.
Yeah, because it was
Well,
like
because it was-
everyone.
When you think about it, you had four antagonists in that game.
Yeah, and each one of
Right.
them.
And each one of them did the same thing.
Yeah.
You got captured. The only one that was made it a little bit different because you didn't know if it was real or not was the lass, Paige, I think her name was.
Oh, yeah,
like you were drugged up while it was
Yeah.
happening. So it was just sort of like, am I actually talking to you or...
The two that made sense was her and the one that was like making sleepers.
Yes.
And he was basically like, yeah, I'm going to release you because I need you to kill someone.
I'm just going to play the tune.
Yeah, I'm going to activate you, basically.
And then you're going to kill one of the resistance people. Haha. Yeah, which is that worked, but like the main antagonist, I really don't know why he would do that. And actually, I don't think the main antagonist did it.
No,
because the main antagonist.
But the thing was, is like there's four of them, and all four of them were releasing you after being caught.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't make sense with this one.
Yeah.
It makes sense with these ones, but it doesn't make sense with this one.
As long as they don't do it in this one, I'm fine. I don't mind seeing cutscenes of him and him talking. And
but it's Ubisoft.
As long as it's not directly to us.
Yeah, this is the problem with Ubisoft because they always end up in this goddamn formula, and they don't. It's like they don't break the formula until it literally oversaturates every single fucking game.
I will admit, I did like the whole. You are my son. Here's a grenade. I'm going to pull the pin.
Yeah, that was.
Come with me. I'm going to show you something. But hold the grenade.
Hold the grenade. Do not let go.
Don't let go of that thing.
And now I'll explain to you why I am an omnipotent, generous ruler, and these plebs are violent.
You have to keep a tight hold of you. Like I did like that whole thing.
Yeah, that whole like
because he's like that's his son, and he's just done that to him.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
But also it's like the whole thing of like, yeah, he's a fucking mass murdering dictator.
He's a genocidal dictator.
He's a genocidal dictator, but the way he's justifying it is like, yeah, he totally believes this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, he believes he's the sole person keeping this entire country together. He believes that, like, without me, there is just chaos.
Yeah. There would be no law and order in this place. And that's like it's the whole for the greater good sort of mentality that's coming off him. And I love that sort of...
Yeah, I'm doing all this evil...
That's my favourite villain.
I'm doing all this evil fucking shit because it's what's best.
It's what's best for the... It's what's best for the world, for the people that I am
leader of.
And all
I
that
will
sort of stuff.
sacrifice...
Even though in front of his eyes, his whole world is crumbling down to the ground, but he will not let go.
There were literal riots in the streets and fucking... I'm literally looking at... The thing is, right, I'm looking at it and going, are you secretly having a dig at Trump right now? Are you secretly having a tiny little dig at certain people in certain positions?
Maybe.
And here's the thing with Ubisoft, right? A lot of their games, apart from like... A lot of their real games that are based in real world, right? They do tend to have these like messages in them. Like, for example, The Division 2 basically went, well, if you didn't have a gun when the shit hit the fan, you were fucked.
Yeah, which, to be fair...
Well, yeah. Which is fine. I understand the message.
Yeah.
I may not personally agree with that message, but I understand the message. And then you have these sort of things, and then go, yeah, our games aren't political. Pardon?
I know.
Excuse me?
I know.
You base your fucking second game in Washington, D.C. That thing is politics.
Yeah. I know.
The entire your base of operations is the fucking White House. I'm sorry, but you can't do that without having some form of symbolism of it. You have, during the storyline, turns out the President of the United States, who you fucking risk your life to fucking save, turns out to be a backstabbing fucking double-crossing fucking twat.
He's part of...
No, he sells the fucking...
Oh, yeah. He sells the thing, doesn't he?
He sells like the gas to the gas weapons or the virus to the basically the private military that storms in after you clear the 3 bases.
Yeah.
I'm just like, look, I don't mind if you want to put a message into the fucking game as long as you don't shove it in my fucking face all the time. And I don't mind. I'm a big boy. I can deal with with.
I can deal with people having different opinions to me. I don't really.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so that's different. I disagree with this point, but I understand. I can take a step back and look at how people can come to these decisions. I can take a step back. I'm a big boy. I'm an adult, surprisingly enough, and go, well, I don't agree with your position, but I understand how you got to that.
Actually, that's something. I'm actually quite surprised there wasn't any sort of like division.
Oh, that's probably because they're at the end of the life cycle.
Yeah, I know, but you would have thought, like, because Division 2 did really well.
Yes.
You would have thought they would have, like, hinted at, like, maybe a Division 3 for the next gen. Or something.
I think they're trying... I don't know. I think Ubisoft are at this point where they may be looking at the situation of... Well, one, I think they've got bigger problems at the moment to deal with.
That's very true.
Which no one should really give them slack for, regardless of like what games are coming. It's like,
we're not giving them slack. It's just that we've already bashed them.
We've already bashed them, and we have mentioned it here.
Yes.
That it's a fucked up situation, and they really should get their house in order. But also, like, I'm wondering if they're looking at like, is their formula needing to be changed?
I don't think they're looking at that. I'm going to be straight up with you. I do not think they're looking at that.
Either that or it's like...
Unless Watch Dogs does really well, they're not changing their formula.
Well, it depends what the formula is for Watch Dogs as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's different. But it's going to be different.
It's going to be slightly different, yeah. They may have something in the works, but I think they're focusing mostly now at the moment on... Oh, that's the thing. They had that... That's something we didn't even see either. They're like cartoony Pixar style one. The mythological one.
Oh, Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters, yeah.
That they only just started developing it like the start of this year.
We didn't. But that, well, they had stuff out for E3 last. I thought there would have been something.
No, that was it. They didn't actually have anything. All they had was concept. When
really?
they showed that for E3, all they had was concept. They didn't have it.
Really
they actually did not have anything.
They really shouldn't. They should. Gaming.
They started developing it in, I think, December, January time.
So if you think about it, right, they've probably got people still working on Valhalla.
Yeah.
They've got people working on Watch Dogs Legion.
Mm-hmm.
People working on this, so that's 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And now Far Cry 6, so that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've got the capacity to work on another 5th game.
And they've got Beyond Good and Evil.
And Beyond Good and Evil. That's 5 games.
Which we didn't see anything
for the second year in a row
of Beyond Good and Evil
for the second year in a row.
Second year in a row.
Is it literally going to be like, yeah, by the way, just as long as before they announce the Beyond Good and Evil, before the actual release? If that's the case, that's a bad thing. That was really the only thing I was looking forward to. I was hoping there would be something.
A little bit of gameplay.
I'm wondering because of the shitstorm that Breakpoint had. The massive shitstorm because they broke that game so badly. They broke that game so badly to force people to buy their time savers. That's what they did. That's what Ubisoft did. They broke a game deliberately, just like EA. They deliberately broke a game, just like Warner Brothers, so that to force people to pay for microtransactions, and people called them out on that shit.
Aye.
Thankfully, fucking so. And so I'm wondering if they've had to go back to the drawing board on like the whole way the game plays.
Oh, could you imagine if that's what they were trying to do with that? Oh, that would not have gone.
There would have literally been pitchforks and torches outside the headquarters if they had done that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's what they were planning.
Maybe.
And so they had to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. There wasn't really that much in the Ubisoft.
If you compare Devolver Digital and like Devolver Digital, Shadow Warrior 3, not really my cup of tea, but it does it's always one that I go, I could give it a go.
Yeah.
Fall Guys, looking forward to. Carrion looks fucking amazing. Clearer looks pretty cool. And Serious Sam 4 is
Serious Sam.
Serious Sam. Like, you look at every single one of those games and go, yeah, I can see a lot of people getting excited for those.
Yeah.
I can justifiably so. Ubisoft. Brawlhalla. Unless you're a fan of Brawlhalla by now, you're not going to be a fan of Brawlhalla. Yeah. Elite Squad.
No one's playing in that.
No
it's
one's
not even been released.
I don't think anyone is ever going to be excited for Elite Squad. Why? Because it's got Sam Fisher in, and everyone who wants Sam Fisher wants a Splinter Cell game. Not a gacha. Rainbow Six Siege. I was going to say Resident Evil.
Which wasn't an announcement, it was just we're 5 years old.
Yeah. I think they may have said there were going to be new characters, but again, it's like nothing really new.
Yeah.
Hyperscape has already basically launched into beta. Something we didn't mention about Hyperscape is the Twitch integration, where Twitch viewers could actually vote on like the modifications to the game
Yeah.
From moon gravity to I'm trying to think of anything else because everyone tends to pick moon gravity for some reason. But anyway, there are different things that would affect the game, which is pretty cool. And another thing that separates it from all the others. Hyperscape, I can see some people getting excited, but that's already out. People can already see it and get it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the open beta is now being released as well. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And yes, people are going to be excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but like you've said, it's an action RPG pretending to be Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. That's what it is. We're not going to talk anymore about it because I'm just going to end up ranting again.
And Far Cry 6.
Which was just an announcement trailer.
Which is an announcement trailer, and it's a bit too early, and it's probably going to be just like Far Cry 5, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
It is literally going to be just like that. Don't get me wrong. Some of the effects that they do, like the fire thing that they've kept since Far Cry 2, is fantastic. I love the fact that you can just literally burn an entire camp down to the ground through it. But yeah, if you compare the two, Devolver Digital's is much more in a
this looks good.
Looking forward to these things.
Yeah. I mean, other than Watch Dogs for Ubisoft. I mean, unless you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed games, like you're probably not going to care about Valhalla.
Here's the thing: none of these things. If you're not already a fan of these series,
you're
actually going to get invested.
The only one is Watch Dogs Legion,
and that's because
it's so different from the last.
Yeah, they've definitely worked on making it stand out from the other Ubisoft games.
Yeah, or just stand out from the other Watch Dogs games.
Yeah,
so
but still keep. This is the thing with Watch Dogs Legion is that they've moved away from the single protagonist and they're introducing different mechanics, but it still looks and feels like a Watch Dogs game.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a completely different game to the original Assassin's Creed.
They're so different now.
They are completely different genre of games, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that that really irks you.
Yes, it is. It irks me a lot.
And so, yeah.
I think we'll leave it there. Looking forward to Watch Dogs.
Yes, Watch Dogs
in October, which will be great.
Yep.
Go watch the Devolver Digital.
Yes. Go watch it because it's fantastic. And like I say,
even if you're not bothered about the games that are on there, the whole thing is just it's an hour long. It's just a fun little video.
I laughed so hard.
But it was just,
I laughed so hard in some of the parts.
It's so funny. Like the bit where my uncle, who works for Nintendo, threw the smoke down, and then you could still see him running away, doing the little crab walk.
Oh, that's great. It was fantastic.
It's just But anyway, that's been our chat.
And obviously, the thing that took it over that made it a 10. The Quantum Leap reference.
Quantum Leap.
Like, I never thought I'd see a Quantum Leap reference I bet you the odd person that watches the video don't even know what Quantum Leap is.
Yeah.
Can guarantee it.
Most likely.
Can guarantee it. But there was one. Go look it up.
One, and you'll see it. But anyway, that's been our chat for today. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you stuck it, if you leave some comments in the comments, obviously, for any games that you're looking forward to. Was
anything that you guys are excited? People, are you excited for Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Do you agree with us that Ghost of Tsushima is looking like it's going to out Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Do you disagree? Do you think?
Are you looking forward to any of the games that the Devolver announced?
Are you
are you looking forward to Carrion, which a lot of people are, and I don't understand why personally. Yes.
I think it's the way in a sense it's a puzzle game but with a monster.
Yeah.
So I can see the draw of being the monster.
But if you are looking forward to it, why are you looking forward to it?
Are you the one person in the world that looks at Elite Squad and goes, "Yeah, definitely for me"? Are you the one person in the world that thinks that? Because we would really like to see who you are.
But anyway, yeah, that's been our chat. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.